Hey y'all, it's Jordan from Jordan Budgets. Today I want to share my planner lineup for 2025. These are all Walmart planners this year. I am loving Walmart's lineup. They have so many options. This planner where I'm going to share my goals is in a new weekly planner. We're going to talk for maybe like 5 minutes or so about my planners just because I think my planners are going to help me achieve these goals, but I have the goals for 2025 for myself, like some action plans in the back of this planner. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I wanted to give a quick, maybe 5-minute run through of my planners. I did talk about these in another video, these top 3, but and I will link that video below. But I just wanted to share briefly, this is what travels around with me. I am a homeschooling mama. We are on the go 24/7. So basically what's my monthly spread in my big weekly planner here is the same exact thing that's in this, just monthlies. Like it has 2 years of just monthlies in it. I'm not going to flip to the pages that I'm already using because obviously it says exactly where I'm going to be, right? But this was 99 cents at Walmart. So just so you understand an overview of my entire planner setup, this stays in my purse with me, and it is just a repeat of the monthly that's in the weekly spread. We're going to do the weekly spread last because that's where I'm also going to kind of jump into my goals. This is a $2 budget planner. Again, I showed this in a video. I don't know if I've said in this video actually, but I did share these top 3 planners in a different video that I will link in the description of this video. But this is where I'm going to be keeping track with my budget. It's a $2 budget planner at Walmart. I know when I posted the video, everybody was saying, oh, they're sold out at my Walmart. And yes, I looked into it. My Walmart was also sold out pretty soon after I uploaded that video, but I went back recently and they have more. So if you're interested in getting this same planner for a couple of bucks, I'm going to be using this all year and I'm going to be sharing it with you guys and how I'm using it. So stay tuned for those videos. And if you want to have the same planner I'm using, I know there are so many budget planner options. You don't have to have this one, but this is just a very affordable one. Now, I've also been told from you guys in the comments that they have the same style and same planners at the Dollar Tree. So if you're looking for something affordable and you want to see how I'm using it and use yours along with me, this is the way I would go. This is how I'm doing it this year. I think expensive planners can be a ton of fun. This is just a year where I'm keeping planners more on the affordable side because I didn't want to spend $50 on a planner when I know I have debt to work on this year. So this is a work planner. Again, I'm not going to show you guys exactly like how I've been writing in it, but just to give you an overview, and I did talk about this more in that other video that's linked in the description. The monthly page here is where I'm keeping track of how much money I am making on Etsy and YouTube. That's my full-time income comes from, or like all of my income comes from Etsy and YouTube. So I track income here. I will likely start adding in expenses as well. And then also this is like a rough overview of like, if I put up a YouTube video, I'll put the name of the video. Over here in the notes, I'm just keeping track of subscribers. I'm scared to just flip to what I've already been writing on because I don't know if there's any sensitive information there. But if you would like for me to share my YouTube Etsy planner and set up a spread with you guys, I would be happy to do that. But this is basically my work planner. Let me know in the comments if you want to see something like that. This channel is budget focused, so I'm trying to keep like on topic. So I don't want to share too much like work and goals and all of that kinds of thing. But I do often feel like my work goals and like goal setting, it influences what my budget looks like, right? So for that reason, I do share some other content. Okay, this is the new planner that I did not share with you guys. I actually said in the video where I shared these planners that I was not going to buy a weekly planner this year because I could just use redate my old planners. Well, the more I thought about it, the more I started to think, you know what? My big hang up with weekly planners often is redating it or like that I have to put too much work into it because I buy this really expensive, like $50 planner. And then I feel like I have to put stickers all over it and keep it perfect. And so I'm like whiting out. Anyway, I basically take that comment back because I did get a weekly planner, but I got this from Walmart for $10 and I'm extremely happy to use it. It is not something super expensive where I feel like I have to put all the stickers in it and white out things if I mess up. It's just kind of, you know, I'm going to use it how I use it. I want to show you a quick flip through because the layout does matter a little bit how I am going to be using it. So let me just show you guys in case you're interested too. But then the majority of this video is going to be my personal goals, my work goals, and some things I'm trying to cut out in 2025. So we will get to that very soon. It does start with like this double pocket, I want to say cover, double pocket little sleeve. I don't know. Words, y'all. Words. It comes with stickers as well. And then the only thing really in the front is this 3-year reference. Now, this is big. This is not something I'm going to be carrying with me, hence why like this will be in my bag if I'm setting an appointment and I need to know like where am I supposed to be when. This keeps all of those things. This is just, it bounces back and forth to the office and my house and stuff with me. It has a 3-year reference sheet here, so I likely will not track much on this. And then this has holidays as well, something I think is a little bit redundant because on the weekly spreads, they did type out all of the holidays for us. So I'm going to skip January and February because it already has stuff like I've written in it. Actually, let's go ahead and let's call it safe and skip all the way to May. So this is the monthly overview because after the pages I showed you, it does jump right into monthlies. We're just skipping stuff I've already written in. I really, really like this. It's like a huge spread in comparison to what I've been using. I love the Hobonichi Weeks, like smaller planners, but my life has just gotten to such a point where I'm like with homeschooling, with trying to keep up with budget stuff, with trying to keep up with all the places we're supposed to be, and now trying to keep up with goals. I needed something bigger. So I like that this is a really large spread. It does start with a Sunday on the monthly and then a Monday on the weekly, which I think is a little weird. Let me know if that's standard for planners, but I find that a little disorienting that the monthly starts on Sunday and the weekly starts on Monday, but whatever. I like this spread because I'm going to keep up with my goals. And this will all make more sense in just a second, but it says over here to the side, it says my week, and it, you know, you can write corresponding information. Basically, things that have to do with my goals are going to go under this my week section over here. It's going to make more sense in just a second when I talk about how I'm laying out my goals. And then this is what the weekly spreads look like. You get to write your week and then priority on this side, and then you have some blank space over on the right. These two are completely blank. This says tasks, care, connect, and focus. I will show you the page. I'm trying not to like really edit this video. So let me see if I can find the page where I am going to be starting this tomorrow. I did white out the what was here? What was here? The tasks. I white out the tasks, care, connect, and focus. I don't know what I'm going to use these bottom things for yet, but I just have, this is going to be my running to-do list. This is going to be where I track work hours because I am the queen of work for 60 hours straight and then take a week off. And I'm like, I need to create some better systems for myself because I am a single stay-at-home mom. Am I a stay-at-home mom? I work. I'm a single mom that works, that homeschools, that does all of the things. So it's not like if I take off of work, I'm like taking off of life. It's more like I hyper-focus on work stuff and then I hyper-focus on cleaning and like getting the house back in order. Like I'm trying to find a better system for myself. So I think if I track my work hours, now this only goes to 17. I'm planning on making a second column as time goes on and just jotting like in this first hour, I responded to YouTube comments and emails, you know, like keeping track of my work as well as my hours. I'm thinking if I do this, I might be a little bit better at creating balance and working an appropriate amount of hours in a week. And then, you know, also still finding time to do the other things. Here, I'm tracking money and meals. In my thought process with this will track all of my weekly expenses, but also like what we had, like maybe over here, I'll do Monday through Sunday, write different meals that I created because I feel like meals really correspond with the money. If I under prep meals, then I spend more money on fast food or whatever. So money and meals, any information that I think is helpful is going to go here. And that leaves this whole side for this is where I need to be. So some of this information, actually, this information on this side is really going to be redundant of like what's in my wallet or my purse planner, but this is just more where I can see everything all at once if I'm sitting at my office. Also, my budget planner, basically what I'm doing here, because this is going to be a little redundant from what's here, but my thought is I can quickly jot everything in one place and then organize it into the budget, binder or a budget planner here. So, it's all a little bit, and again, I have a work planner, but I'm thinking this is going to be the main hub, this weekly spread. And then as I need to reference things or I guess pull the more important data, this and put it into these, if that makes sense. So this is, if I just have to grab one planner, I'm not going to grab these three. I'm going to grab this one if I really need to see everything laid out. I hope that makes sense. So now that I've really shared the planner with you, let me talk about my goals. Oh, I guess I wanted to say too, in the weekly spread, this priority column is where I'm going to be keeping up with information about my goals. And then, like I said, in the monthly spread, it's going to be here. So we're going to talk about my goals, and then you're going to see how the monthly and weekly, like those priority and then my week, the gray spots, really make it all make sense, right? Okay, I said that was gonna be 5 minutes. I think it was more like 10, but let me show you, aside from like this, the monthly spreads, the weekly spreads, this planner does have monthly goals back here. And then this planner has a big focus on care, connect, and focus. Care, your health and wellness, connect, people and relationships, focus, priorities, and time management. I'm probably gonna white out those and use these also to track my monthly or my goals for the year. And we can talk about that more in a second too, but I wanted to show you the pages. So this is all January, February, March, April. So each month gets half of a page. So I like that this planner has that. Now, let's get into my actual goals and what I am thinking is going to happen for 2025. Okay, so I literally just last night said that I'm not gonna rush create my goals and share them with you guys. And that is still true. These are all things that have been a running list on my phone for a long time, things that I want to do in 2025 and my goals for 2025. Now, I don't know that I might have a goal in January that says these are this is my word of the year and this is how I'm going to organize things, but I don't know that I will. I think this year, because I tend to set goals and then it falls off very quickly because I don't really know what the next action step is. I don't really know that I have it time-wise that I'm capable right now of saying oh, I want to travel 4 times. And then I plan out these huge trips and what that looks like, right? Because that would take a lot of planning right now. And I don't really know how the year is going to unfold. So let me just tell you kind of what I am doing instead this year. And that is 25 in 2025. I saw this from another channel and I wish I could remember where it came from. If you guys know, I know it was a planner channel. If you know what planner channel is doing the 25 in 2025, please share their name below because then we can go and see what they're doing. But I do know where I saw it, they were doing 25 different things, 25 times in 2025. I did not do that much. I think we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 different things that I want to focus on in 2025. And everything in blue here, I want to do more of. And then the things in pink back here, I want to do less of. So let's talk about what that means. So these are my 25 in 2025. I want to go to 25 new places in 2025. And depending on what my budget looks like this year, this could be completely different. It could just be a new park with the kids. It could be some, a different mall. We live in a new area and there's shopping places all over the place. It doesn't mean we have to buy anything, but just visiting 25 new places. So I gave myself a little bit of space here. I think each item has 8 lines. So just for example, I might write 115, X mall. I can't even think of the mall around here's name, but the name of the mall. And that would be it. And then, whatever date and then the next thing. So I want to go to 25 new places in 2025. That should be very easy for me because we are new to this area. We're new to this state. We're new to this region. So I thought that was an attainable goal. It also gives me it's easy to obtain kind of goal. It's kind of vague, which goes against everything everybody says about goal setting. People usually say be very specific, but it's vague on purpose. My goal is just to go to 25 new places. Same thing down here is to see 25 new art or sport events. It could be high school football. It could be, some kind of a homeschool play that kids have put together. It doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure we go to 25 art or sports events in 2025. You get the idea? So each of these, we want to do 25 things. And then on the next page, it's a little bit different, but we'll talk about that when we get there. One of my sons loves fishing, and one of my sons loves more like hiking in nature. So those are two separate spots. I want to go on 25 different fishing trips and 25 different nature trips or hiking trips in 2025. This feels like a lot if you're looking at it all at once, like 25 fishing trips, but it's really just a couple trips per month, which I think as long as we're making it a priority should be extremely doable. So fishing and nature trips, neither one of those really have to cost any money, which I appreciate that those are the things the boys are currently obsessed with, because we could easily do some new hikes and fishing trips and spend very minimal amounts of money. Next, we have movie nights. I enjoy movie nights, and this does not have to be at the movie theater, though I would like to go to the movies and see some movies with the boys more often. I just want to make an effort to have movie nights either at home or wherever. But if it's at home, just make sure I make popcorn. I can buy the little box candy. It's like $1.25 at Walmart, just something to make it a little bit more special. We did just get the Ninja slush machine too. So like we have ices at home. It's going to be very easy to make some movie night special, but I want to make sure I'm making an effort to do that more with the boys. And then a couple more things here for things I want to do more of, and then we will move on to the things that we're doing less of, which is a little bit more, it's going to be more tricky in my opinion. Game nights, I want to start having more game nights with the boys. So I just put on here 25 game nights in 2025. And then this is definitely the most expensive thing on the list. The rest of it can be done pretty cheaply, but hotel nights, I would like to have 25 hotel nights in 2025. That is the only thing on here that I'm like, oh, that's going to be a bit of a stretch, but that would put us kind of doing a trip. If we did a trip every month for 2 nights, then that's done. Budget wise, we will see how it's going to go. But I think if we make it a priority, we can do it. And I had a lot of fun making the Great Wolf Lodge on a budget video. I think it's been a couple years by now, and that video did amazing. So I want to share those basically budget trips with you guys. And included in that is going to be, obviously, we're going to be staying in a hotel some. So 25 hotel nights in 2025. Out of all the things, I'm like, that's kind of pushing it, but I like that it's putting it more on my radar, and it's like you don't have to plan this elaborate trip necessarily, but I do know hotel nights are going to add up. So we will see. I left one blank blue spot. All of these blue basically represents like personal life goals. I left one just in case one more thing like really hits me. It's not my goal to beef this up and have 25 different categories like I've seen done on other channels. I just left space, so I'm allowed to do kind of one more goal if it hits me. And I feel really inspired by it, but I don't want to put too much on my plate. These 2 purple are work-related goals. I do already have those goals picked out, but I'm not ready to share them with you guys just yet, so I left them blank for this video. I will be sharing with you guys at some point, just not quite at this moment. So let's move on to the last few goals. And these are things, unlike the page before, because the page before is all things I want to do more of. I put them on my radar because I want to make sure we're visiting new places. I want to make sure we're seeing art and sports events. This is stuff that I want less of. So some of these might work together. So I'll tell you what I mean by that in just a second. Like internet-free days. I cannot think of a single day in 2024 where I completely went off the grid for a single day. And I think it would be really beneficial for me and the boys if I did that. So I want to have 25 internet-free days. No internet, no work, no social media, just completely off grid. I think that's going to work really well with some of my other goals though, like on fishing trip and nature trip, maybe even hotel nights. I think it's going to be easy to say on a fishing trip day, if we've spent the whole day outside, it's going to be easy to make that an internet-free day, right? So I think as long as I keep it on my radar and do a little bit of planning, I can absolutely make that happen. And I think that would be beneficial to my life in 2025. So I would like to have 25 internet-free days in 2025. And again, here I would probably just write the date. So like if on 1/15, on January 15th, I have an internet-free day, I'll just write that date and keep going with that. I would like to have less McDonald's days because we tend to, I would honestly say once a week at this point, we just stop by and get 4 for $5 or whatever, like their discount meal or like a Happy Meal or something. I want to get better about planning and cutting that out of my budget. So we're allowed to have 25 McDonald's trips in 2025. So a McDonald's day, it's like going to have its own thing. I'm tracking it. And 25 is going to go by really quickly for us if I'm not intentional about it. So we can have McDonald's 25 times in 2025. The next one is going to be extremely hard for me, but I cut out our Walmart membership, Walmart Plus, and I cut out our Amazon membership. So I think it's going to be easier, but it can easily be said that on any given day, I would have like 6 Amazon packages coming to me. That's not going to happen in 2025. I would like less Amazon purchases, less purchases in general. So I'm allowed to have 25 full price purchases in 2025. I didn't want to cut out all full price purchases because there's a couple of Etsy shops that I like. There are times where I actually really need something. Like my son needed resin for his violin recently. So basically the full price purchases, I better really need it. And that's just that. What I'm thinking though, what counts is for groceries. I didn't write this here, but for groceries, I'm allowed to do like a grocery pickup once a week for no more than $100. Like I have all these random little goals for myself that aren't in here. But what I mean by full price purchase is more like if I want a new cup, let's just say I want a new water cup. Well, I need to look on Marketplace. I need to go to the thrift store. So I need to figure out a way to thrift it or find it for majorly discount. Now, if it's on Amazon and it's like 30% off, that still counts as a full price purchase in my brain. I'm not allowed to get it even if online, even if it says that it's discounted, it needs to be thrifted secondhand. Otherwise, I'm counting it as a full price purchase. I did move this year. I feel pretty relatively settled. And like I said, groceries and things won't count, but I'm sure you guys will be seeing from me what I mean by full price purchases. We'll be talking about this more in 2025. But I wanted to give you guys a quick kind of preview of how I'm going to be working out my goals in case you are currently setting up your goals and you want to do something similar to this. If you have any ideas, because I did leave a blank spot here, I'm allowing myself to add in one more thing that we want more of, and I'm allowing myself to add one more limitation, basically, of what I'm only allowed to do 25 times. If you have any ideas of what I could add in here, please definitely share that. I'm all ears. I'm still kind of setting up these goals myself. But I think that is about it. I do want to share with you guys, now that you know how I'm doing this, I want to share with you guys quickly how I'm going to be writing this. So on a monthly basis, I'm going to be flipping back to this 2025, what my goals are. Again, I really need to do these 2 times per month to keep this sustainable, to keep it going. So I'm going to be using on the monthly spread on my week, what's going to go over here in this gray portion on the left is stuff to do with my goals. So I might look at my monthly overview and say, oh, we have a couple of days here where there's nothing planned, everything is canceled. So maybe that's when we want to go on a trip, and that's when I want to do my, no internet days or something. And I'm kind of just keeping on this side all of my goals. And then it doesn't really like muddy up my monthly plans. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay. I'll just cross it out. But it really keeps it on my radar, like in this monthly overview. And then for the weeks, you will see there is that gray priority on the weeks. That's the same thing. So anything I wrote down to happen in the monthly view for that week, I get to kind of break it out on this, like on this side, and say, oh, that's when I want this to happen, and kind of keep that a priority. So I think because I'm focusing more on 25 things I want to do or I need to not do, I think because I'm breaking it down really easily, I'm going to be able to really stick to goals a little bit better this year, but we will see. If you are in the middle of your goal planning, let me know what your big goals are for 2025. I do anticipate sharing more of this with you guys and letting you know how things are going throughout the year. So I think that will be fun. I think that is it for this video though. As always, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.